Hello and welcome back to our Rocket Rabbit Commentaries adventure through Omega Ruby Randomizer. And in this episode, after successfully defeating Zinnia and obtaining another meteor shard and adding it to the meteorite that we already have in our backpack from way earlier on, we will be continuing on with the Delta episode.
Meanwhile, Princess Mononoke has a particular query to pose both to the player and the player character: is what is and what is not.
Zinnia, this isn't Gen 5. We don't need to debate about truth and ideals anymore. Also, she is not Princess Mononoke. Okay, she is
Wolf Princess. They are deliberately posturing and juxtaposing the corner molars in her mouth to make it look like fangs. I swear to G.
No, well, they're not supposed to be wolf fangs. They're supposed to be dragon fangs.
They're supposed to be like creature fangs. You know, because as I was a little, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I might have felt like a little chill crawl down my spine when I saw how, you know, how shall I put it? Unhinged, I believe was the word that you used to describe her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's part of a kind of animalhood that normally you do not see in the civilized world, but here we have Zinnia, who is not as much ingrained in the civilized world as lady behind desk with job or lady on far right with bow in her hair.
I mean, we don't know anything about that woman's personal life. Maybe she is just as unhinged as Zinnia.
She could be. What is it that lurks deep within the frames of men?
Secrets and hash browns.
What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets?
And hash browns.
And chicken.
Speaking of, since you bring up Symphony of the Night, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 has been revealed recently. Ooh. And although I did not actually play Curse of the Moon 1, I might get into Curse of the Moon 2, maybe. I mean, I'm not actually a big fan of classic Castlevania as is, but...
Our penis rocket's going into space, falling through wormholes.
Warp holes, but yes.
Wormholes are a subject of actual metaphysics, and we do not know whether or not they actually exist.
They should exist. I mean, in the event that they do not exist, it's going to make space travel significantly more difficult than it's worth. Hey, Zinnia.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
Excuse me, miss, you are not allowed up here.
Excuse me? We don't need identification.
Now, this particular segment of exposition is very important in revealing who Zinnia actually is.
You know, just a tourist. Always had one dream growing up as a little girl, saying one day I'm going to fly up in a rocket and go into outer space. Yep. Just a humble old traveler.
Ah, poor Zinnia. Sure, I'm the protagonist. I have a better idea. I don't know what it is yet, but I have one.
I got a proposition. We're gonna gather all the garbage on planet Earth, and we're gonna fling it at the meteor.
If we hit the same spot 20,000 times, it'll actually shift its course, and it'll be significantly less dangerous.
Quick, we need more garbage balls.
Bye, Zinnia.
Now I see the reason why Zinnia was here was because we were here.
Yes, Zinnia is following us around.
She's following us around because she realizes that we have the power to actually make things happen, not these jagoffs. Because Steven is a hack, and Professor Cosmo, who only has one qualification, is that his surname is Cosmo, with a Z. Not to be confused with Cosmo with an S.
Actually, future Gerda is going to exposit on it now.
Does any character really need a specific Wank-Theory? Is my question.
I'm using the term Wank-Theory incorrectly there, to be perfectly honest.
Okay, I'm happy to have this qualification.
All right. So, as we'll see later on, Zinnia is actually from Alpha Sapphire, specifically an Alpha Sapphire where these events have already happened. She has used the event that happened in order to translocate over to our dimension in order to prevent it from happening. The reasons why will become blatantly obvious later.
So she is Silver the Hedgehog.
Almost. Instead of traveling just through time, she's traveling through both time and space.
Time, space. What? I mean, okay, so, I am led to understand that solar systems also are in motion as well as the objects and matter that they contain.
Yes, they are.
Therefore, I think that time travel would necessarily need space travel, because just because it's the same planet does not mean it's going to be in the same place, in the same position, that, you know, an absolute position, let's say, relative to what? We don't know where the center of the universe is. I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Not to me, anyway.
Look,
I don't know. How would you answer that problem?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't need to answer that problem because time and space travel is such an unexplored mathematical concept that I don't really need to spend all that much time on it in order to realize that, you know what, as cool as it is, it's probably not going to happen in my lifetime. So why should it concern me?
Right. It does not make sense.
It doesn't need to make sense though. It's a cool science fiction premise.
Look at Chewbacca. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. Okay, you see? This does not make sense.
What doesn't make sense about the Wookiee species?
It does not make sense. And because it does not make sense, you must acquit.
What doesn't make sense about the Wookiee species, dude?
God damn it, Gerda, it's the Chewbacca defense. It's invincible.
But Chewbacca as a character actually makes sense in the Star Wars universe. He's a relatively tall, somewhat bestial humanoid. He's got significantly better strength and stamina than most other humanoids in the galaxy, which allows him to use significantly more powerful analog weapons like blaster crossbows.
Yes, he is a Wookiee. And mind you, South Park does actually expound on this theory even further in the interest of giving not Jesse Jackson a chance at defending his client, who has absolutely indefensible actions against humanity. But I mean, all I'm saying is that like time. So on the subject of other things that don't make sense, is the time-space travel problem. Time-space travel is the ultimate suspension of reason, because you cannot explain to a person who has read Stephen Hawking that you can just make up a system and have it work in every situation.
That is true. The laws of the universe, despite us believing that they are universal, cannot possibly be universal due to all the variables inherent in each system.
Yeah, and that's why we normally save time travel plots for children, because children are the ultimate suspension of belief readers.
I don't know. Plenty of adult fiction actually goes into time and space travel.
Well, yeah, but that's because most of humanity spends its time suspending reason and reality, but that's not important right now. What is important is we are battling Snorlax,
who is a ghost type.
Who is big and fluffy. I want to give him a big old hug. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Actually, I would prefer to use Snorlax as a pillow.
Go to sleep.
Snuggle with me. I will be your friendly Snorlax. Wild Zatu. But as past Gerda mentions, yes, this is the only other time in the entire game that you actually need Waterfall, and we need Waterfall in order to get to the top of Meteor Falls.
Well, that's a thing that DLC does a lot too. Is that the development team had time to observe what gamers were doing with the original build, and they probably made note of the features that they did not use maybe enough. Like Waterfall, for instance. I can think of other examples, too, from other games, basically predicating on the principle that underused concepts might actually be forgotten and still be fresh by the time the player returns to it.
Only sometimes, though. Fall Arbor Town.
Fall Arbor. Calibrimbor.
No, that's a totally different game.
Sahelanthropus.
Yes, off screen we caught a level 2 Kyogre because we wanted to get our platinum rank on Route 101.
What? Why would you omit that?
I omitted it because it was off screen grinding.
Oh, I see. So you weren't recording at the time.
Yeah,
I got you.
I was not recording at the time.
But I mean, for God's sakes, when a wild level 2 Kyogre enters the battlefield, man, it's all right though. The good news is we now have a level 2. I don't think I've ever heard of a level 2 legendary.
Well, you should. I mean, the original in Red Blue Yellow, the Mew glitch required that the Mew that you found was level 7.
Yes. Level 7. Not level 2.
I'm trying to think. What level was the Victini in Gen 5 at?
The Victini?
Yeah. Victini was
the
Victini
the
was
teeny
the
weeny yellow polka dot
legendary.
Victini? I can't say.
Okay. You see, I've been running through randomizers enough to where a level 2 legendary isn't actually all that bizarre to me anymore. Like, I can specifically recall that during my Fire Red/Emerald runs, I would run into level 2 Celebi all the damn time.
Level 2 Celebi. Celebi looks like a creature that would be level 2. Well, just the idea of like a level 2 Kyogre, like it looks like he's got Benjamin Button syndrome going on.
Except it doesn't have any of its size relegated against it. I'm sorry, taken away from it. Alright, back to Meteor Falls. We now have our Surfer and our Waterfaller available to us because it's Swoobat.
Surf. And just remember, there's always a Pokemon Center nearby in case you forgot all of the hammers.
Sneasel's our Pokemon that 6 got Waterfall. We will be clearing out the entirety of Meteor Falls on this trip. Not because we actually want to, but because I forgot the path to actually get directly to Steven.
And of course the Gorilla Tape.
Hello, Kyogre.
Oh, hey. This is a level 30 Kyogre.
Actually, level 39.
Oh, level 39 Kyogre.
Yeah, the upper half of Meteor Falls is the second highest level encounter area in the entire game. The only area that is actually higher level than this is Sky Pillar, and we will be getting into Sky Pillar later.
Well, I hope so. That's where we first met, that's where we first really met Zinnia for the first time, in a cutscene at which we were not present.
Hey, wait, Florgus.
The dramatic irony is not lost on me. But yes, I do. I didn't say it before. I'll say that I do like it that they locked off a higher level area with a waterfall barrier.
Yeah.
And Superman. They locked off Superman.
He's not Superman. He's just a dragon trainer. And this is the cave where you're supposed to find your Bagons originally.
Yep. get your Bagon, get your Shelgon, and then get your Salamence.
But now it just has the TMO2 for chatter. I think also the Dragon Claw is in this room, but I don't bother to go find it.
So if Superman had a Pokemon, which would it be?
Oh, probably Machamp. If not Machamp, then Hitmonlee.
I was going to say Poliwrath.
No. Poliwrath is far too aggressive.
Or how about Lucario?
No, Lucario is Gen 4. Superman would most certainly be my favorite generation is Generation 1.
because I was 57 years old by the time this series came along.